Welcome to Laura Rose Paints. I am Laura and I will be your guide for today's painting, which is a road trip through the Southwest United States. If you are painting along, check out the description below for all the supplies you will need. Pull up an easel and let's get painting. Starting with the sky, mix equal parts cobalt blue and titanium white. Use a large flat brush to move back and forth across the canvas and work your way from the top to about the halfway point. If the paint needs a little help moving across the canvas, a drop of water may be added. Clean your brush and allow the sky to dry before adding the red mountain in the background. With a mix of equal parts titanium white, burnt sienna, and a drop of bright red, use the edge of a small flat brush to draw the top curve of the mountain. Mine is relatively large and flat, but you can shape this mountain however you like. Fill it in with a back-forth motion and feel free to add a few streaks to the mountain by picking up a little extra red or burnt sienna on the corner of your brush. Allow the canvas to dry once again, then use a pencil to sketch in the hills and the roadway at the bottom half of the painting. Draw the horizon line from the left side of the canvas towards the center, overlapping the bottom of the mountain. Feel free to give this line a little curve, and as you approach the point just right of center, continue in an upward curve to the right edge of the canvas. For the roadway, draw two lines from the center of the horizon to the bottom of the canvas. Allow them to curve around the base of the hill on the right, and remember to increase the distance between these lines as you get closer to the bottom of the canvas. This will create some perspective. Use a large round brush to mix equal parts titanium white and yellow ochre with a drop of burnt sienna. Use this color to fill in the landscape on either side of the roadway. Beginning with the shoulders of the roadway, paint a parallel line on either side of the road and fill in each section. Follow the curve of the road, keeping the shoulders wide at the base and narrow at the top. For added contrast, pick up a little extra burnt sienna or yellow ochre as you paint. Switch to a small flat brush and use the same color to finish filling in the landscape. Brush back and forth, following the contours of the hills, and if the paint needs a little help moving across the canvas, give your brush a quick dip in the water and dab on the paper towel. Add a few streaks of burnt sienna and yellow ochre as you paint. Clean your brush and mix equal parts black and white to fill in the road. Follow the contours, brushing up and down, making sure your brush strokes are wider at the base and more narrow at the horizon. You may use a flat or round brush for this step. Before adding the last few details, take another dry break. Clean your brushes, swap out your paint water, and if you are inclined to post to Instagram, please feel free to tag me at Tiny Artwork. I would love to see your works in progress. To add more detail, use a small round brush and white paint to add a stripe down either side of the roadway. If your paint is thick, add a drop of water so it flows easily across the canvas. Twist and pull your brush across the palette to wipe off the excess and bring your brush to a point. Use very light pressure as you begin each line at the horizon, then slowly increase the pressure as you approach the bottom of the canvas. Repeat this process with a mix of chrome yellow and white down the center of the road. Moving back to the big round brush, mix equal parts cobalt blue and chrome yellow for a basic green color. This will be for the shrubbery and grass around the landscape. Use the tip of the brush to dab little clusters of paint on the hills and sides of the road. Pick up extra blue or yellow or maybe even white along with the green to add some contrast. To make smaller bushes off in the distance, use the same technique but switch to a smaller brush. The same small brush may also be used to flick in blades of grass. For the shadows under the bushes, add a small drop of bright red to the green for a darker shade of green. Keep adding red and you will end up with brown. Add enough red and you will have a reddish brown. Gradually add more red to the green until you have a shade you like, then use the big round brush to add the shadows. Gently wiggle the tip of your brush back and forth under each bush. And that is the final detail based on our reference. Feel free to add whatever other details you like. Maybe you want to add a few birds in the sky, but whatever you do, the final step is, of course, to sign your name. Take credit for your work, and if you are inclined to post to Instagram, please feel free to tag me at Tiny Artwork so I can see your masterpiece. Thank you for painting with me. I hope you had a great time and will join me again. And until then, happy painting!